This is 8:11. ये तो दूसरा आ गया. In this way, the foolish demons, यहाँ ये हमारा है. Hmm. 38, I think. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraya Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nitya Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shlokir Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Dear devotees from ISKCON Faridabad, we are continuing our Bhakti Vaibhav study of third canto of Srimad Bhagvatam. We are discussing the 20th chapter, which actually summarize in a short what is called samas. Samas means in short. Vyas means in detail. In samas, the creation by Brahma. So creation is Sarga and Visarga. Sarga is by Lord Vishnu, which is usually the creation of the elements, and then the secondary creation by Brahma, which is Vaikarik, and where there is a transformation in the Mahat Tattva by the false ego into mode of goodness, especially ignorance, and then there is a creation of ignorance, then the demigod, the demons, demigods, and each time Brahma cast his certain body, which means he cast that mentality, and that mentality will take form of sometime day for demigods, night for the demons, twilight for the Rakshasas, something like that. So that is the mentality, which is the body that Brahma gives up, which is taken by some sort of creation. So we are in the section 38-39. Creation of Gandharvas and Apsaras. This is Visarga, secondary creation by Brahma. So Prahasya Bhava Gambhiram. Prahasya just means smiling. Bhava Gambhiram, with a deep purpose. Bhav means purpose and Gambhir means deep. Jigaranti Atmanam Atmana Kantyah Sasraj Bhagavan Gandharva Apsarsam Gunan. With the love full of deep significance, the worshipful Brahma then evolved by his own loveliness, which seemed to enjoy itself by itself. The smiling to reveal inscrutable intention, Brahma then created Gandharva and Apsara by his beauty, which he had relished. Atmanam, Atmana means by oneself. Relished the beauty, Kantya. Sasarja created Gandharva Apsaras. So, Srila Prabhupada writes, the musician in the upper planetary system are called Gandharva, and the dancing girls are called Apsaras. After being attacked by the demons and evolving a form of beautiful woman in twilight, Brahma next created Gandharva and Apsara. Music and dancing implied in sense gratification are to be accepted as demonic. Put in that list. And tomorrow somebody, Gopeshwar, can WhatsApp me the list, because I'm teaching now, which also has the more like demons. It is a war between demons and demigods in 8th canto. So the list can be more complete. So we are, yeah. So this is the put in that list. My usually screen sometimes shakes, so I can just may not share and directly read. But now it's Gandharva. Music and chanting, dancing implied in sense of gratification are to be accepted as demonic. But the same music and dancing, when implied in glorification of Supreme Lord as a kirtan, are transcendental, and they bring about a life completely fit for spiritual enjoyment. You have this, I think, okay. When the Brahma remembered beauty, the Gandharva appeared, and the beauty became moonlight. The Gandharva accepted light because of the custom of identifying the beauty with possessor of beauty. It is stated that this beauty smelled itself by itself. Through Brahma, though Brahma smelled, smiling. Now this is moving like anything. Smiling and smelling are signs of relishing his own beauty, smiling and smelling. So I can see you. Now I will see my computer. Let me see if it goes. Verse 39. After the Brahma gave up that shining, beloved form of moonlight, Vishwavasu and other Gandharva, Vishwavasu is the name of a Gandharva, and other Gandharva gladly took possession of it.
Presentation is not coming.
Sorry, I'm not sharing the screen because the screen was shaking in my computer. After that, Brahma gave up. So Brahma gave up the body of beauty, which became moonlight, and Gandharva, headed by Vishwavasu, accepted it. Now we are going to the next section, 40 to 41, creation of bhuta and pishachas. Creation of bhuta means ghosts, pishachas are witches. Srishtva bhuta pishachanscha bhagavan atma tandrinam digvasaso mukta. See, atma tandrinam. Tandrinam means generally sleeping. And digvaso means direction or the cloth. It means naked. Mukta keshan, loose hairs. Vikshaya chamilyattah drishau cha anmilitya drishau, with the wide open eyes. Close, amilita close. The glorious Brahma next evolved from the sloth of ghosts, from the sloth, which means sleep, tandra. Ghost and fiends, but he closed his eyes, Brahma closed his eyes when he saw them stand naked with their hair scattered, creating the bhut and pishach from laziness. Tandra means laziness. And seeing them naked with the loosened hair, Brahma closed his eyes. Chamilitya drishau. Ghosts and mischievous hobgoblins are also creation of Brahma. They are not false. All of them are meant for putting the conditioned soul into various miseries. They are understood to be the creation of Brahma under the direction of Supreme Lord. One time Brahma felt lazy. From that bhut and pishach appeared. that laziness becomes yawning and sleep. Bhuta accepted that the effect of laziness is called tandri. Verse number 41. Jagrahos tata visrishtam tam Jimbranak akhyam tanum prabho Nidram indriya vikledo Yaya bhutesha drishyati Yena uchishtan dharashyanti Tam unmadam prachakshate. The ghost and hobgoblins took possession of body thrown off in the form of yawning by Brahma, the creator of living entity. This is also known as sleep, which causes droolings, sleeping and then slower fall. The hobgoblins and ghosts attack men who are impure, and their attack is spoken as insanity. What it means, is there any purport? Let's see. Oh, there's a purport, yes. The disease of insanity or being hunted by a ghost takes place in an unclean state of existence. Hence, it's clearly stated that when a man is fast asleep and saliva flow from his mouth and he remains unclean, ghost then can take advantage of his unclean state and hunt his body. In other words, those who drool while sleeping are considered unclean and are subject to be hunted by ghosts or to go insane. By sleep, moistening of the mouth and other senses take place. By that, bhuta attack contaminated person. That attack is called madness. In other words, other people are called mad when attacked by bhuta. So verse 22.
Question again.
Yes.
Can I ask a question, will you please?
Yes.
Thank you. Prabhuji, in this verse number 40, purport, Prabhupada is saying that ghosts, etc., are meant for putting the conditioned soul into various miseries. So, Prabhuji, sometimes we see that in case of practicing devotees also, there is they get caught up by the ghosts and in not as simple. Generally, sometimes say that ghosts also come for purification, but not from that perspective. The devotee really suffers. And even, at least in this life, the devotional life is hampered or gets stopped. The next life, we don't know, but this life definitely gets stalled because of influence of ghosts, even for devotees sometimes. So how to understand this?
This is a little different question, but generally speaking, there are three types of miseries: adi bhautik, adi devik, and adhyatmik. So these are coming in adi devik type of. These are the superhumans, higher than humans, and they punish the human being because of their karma. This is the general statement. But what you are saying is some devotees are also hunted by ghosts and they suffer.
To the extent that the devotional service gets stalled for this life, definitely. Those three practically see such cases.
Yeah, I understand. If they are hunted by ghosts, then the devotional service will be definitely hampered, and they suffer both ways. They suffer because of the losing devotional service. भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे. And also in Bhagvatam it says, anyone who chants the holy name, the ghost never hunt him, but even ghost will be delivered from their ghost body. And we have example of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He rented a house which was ghost hunted, and he chanted Bhagvatam and ghost was delivered. And in England, the house was hunted by ghosts, and Prabhupada's disciple, Prabhupada asked them to go and blow your conch shell and chant Hare Krishna, ghosts will disappear. So generally speaking, we even deliver the ghost from that ghostly body. How come the devotees get hunted by a ghost maybe in the pure, impure state, as is explained in this verse. Not only this one, but the other impurities in the devotees which may not be apparent, but which impurities. We have this example of Diti. She was observing a Punchwan Varta for 1 year. And if she becomes impure, then the vow will be contaminated. So it says Diti after eating could not wash his hand and mouth, and Indra found that there is a fault in the birth, and then he entered into the womb and killed the embryo into 7. So even those who are following the vow of worship, a special virta, if they are unclean, they can be the victim of the ghost because of impurity. So the remedy is we have to keep ourselves always clean, suchi. This is the one of the best qualification of Brahmana, to remain always suchi. If we are clean, then we will not be the victim of ghost. But if some devotee is victim of ghost, then if some pure devotee chant holy name, then he will be relieved from, and ghost will also be relieved. But usually most of us are not at this stage of chanting pure holy name. We are at the stage of unearth nivritti, trying to be free from the offenses to the holy name. So it's like Prabhupada was asked the question, what is the need of taking bath in a Kumbh Mela? We are devotees. Prabhupada said, Vaishnava, devotee? We are not devotee. We are trying to be devotee. Because we are trying to be devotee, if there is any opportunity for purification, we should take advantage of that. We should not be falsely proud that we are devotee. We are trying to be Vaishnava. This was Prabhupada's answer. So, because the devotees are in a process of sadhana bhakti, where there is a possibility of there being committing mistakes or offenses, and therefore there may be opportunity, some ghost may give them trouble. But ultimately, Krishna will definitely protect his devotional service, because Sarvabhauma Dharmasya trayate mato bhayat name bhakta pranashyati. So we should have a hope that Krishna will protect, but Krishna is a supreme judge. He will do what is beneficial for us. So ultimately, he knows what is beneficial for us. Is it okay?
Yes, Swami. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, verse number 42 and 3, creation of Sadhya and Pitra. Urjaswantam manyamana atmanam bhagavan ajaha sadhyam gunan pitra ganan sadhya ganan pitra ganan pitreksha srija prabho. Recognizing himself to the full of desire and energy, worshipable Brahma, the creator of living entities, evolved from his own invisible form. From his navel, the host of Sadhyas and Pita. Prokshanendriya, Prokshan, from the invisible form, Sasarja. Then Brahma, thinking himself powerful, created Sadhyas, and then by his invisibility he created Pitra. So by power Sadhya and by invisibility Pitra. Sadhyas and Pitra are invisible form of departed souls. Sadhya and Pita. And they are also created by Brahma. One time Brahma's power and invisibility appeared. They become Sadhya and Pitra. So power becomes Sadhya and invisibility become Pitta. Their oblation also appeared. This is explained in 2 verses. From his strength appeared Sadhya, from his invisibility appeared Pita. So Chakravarti Pad has given the different origin of the two. They appeared from both, Prabhupada write both, the power and invisibility, strength. So next verse says, Ta'atma sargam tam kayam pitraha pratipedire sadhebhyascha pitrebhyascha kavyo yada vitanvate. The Pitas themselves took possession of invisible body, the source of their existence. It is through the medium of this invisible body that those well versed in the rituals offer oblation to the sadhyas and pitas in the form of their departed ancestors on the occasion of Shraddha. The sadhyas and pitra accepted those bodies by which the wise make offering to the sadhyas and pitra. Srila Prabhupada's purport says, Shraddha, a ritualistic performance observed by the followers of Vedas. There is a yearly occasion of 15 days when ritualistic religionists follow the principle of offering oblation to the departed soul. Thus, those fathers and ancestors who, by the freaks of nature, might not have for material enjoyment can again gain such bodies due to the offering of Shraddha oblation by their descendants. The performance of Shraddha or offering oblation with prasad is still current in India, especially at Gaya, where oblations are offered at the lotus feet of Vishnu in a celebrated temple. Because Lord is thus pleased with the devotional service of the descendant, by His grace, He liberates the condemned souls of the forefathers who do not have grass bodies, and He favors them to again receive grass bodies for development of spiritual advancement. Unfortunately, by the influence of Maya, the conditioned soul implies the body he gets for sense gratification, forgetting that such an occupation may lead him to return to an invisible body. The devotees of our Lord, or one who is in Krishna consciousness, however, does not need to perform such ritualistic ceremonies as Shraddha, because he is always pleasing the Supreme Lord. Therefore, his father and sister, who might have been in difficulty, are automatically relieved. The vivid example is Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj requested Lord Nrsimhadev to deliver his sinful father, who had so many times offended lotus feet of Lord. The Lord replied that in the family where a Vaishnava like Prahlad is born, Vaishnava like Prahlad, remember this one line, not only his father but his father's father and their father, up to the 14 fathers back, are all automatically delivered. The conclusion therefore is that Krishna consciousness is sum total of all good work for the family, for the society, and for all living entities. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the author says that a person fully conversant with Krishna consciousness does not perform any rituals, because he knows that simply by serving Krishna and full Krishna consciousness, all rituals are automatically performed. There may be a good debate on this. They, the sadhya and pitra, accepted the appropriate bodies. By these bodies, the wise offer havya to the sadhyas and kavyas. The havya to the sadhya and kavya to the pita with faith. So generally, you remember when in a 15 days of the Shraddha ceremony, we said the kavya to the forefathers on the roof, and the havya, which means in a fire sacrifice for the sadhyas. But Srila Prabhupada's purport is quite good for debate. reference to the 7th canto, 10th chapter, where Lord advised Prahlad to perform Shraddha to set an example for others, although his father is already purified of sins. So, even Prahlad's father was delivered, but still he has to perform this ritual simply to set example for others. So anybody has to discuss, or we can go further. Brahma's creation, Visarga, verse number 44. What do you think? Devotee should perform Shraddha. I think there are two things here. One is what Srila Prabhupada is speaking about in the gaya. These are pinda, the pinda. Pinda means body. Actually, pinda means body. Usually the गेहूं के आटे का वो पिंड बनाते हैं विद व्हीट फ्लोर, और कुछ घास के ऊपर रखते हैं. वो पिंड का मतलब जिसको शरीर नहीं है, तो हम उसको वो सामग्री दे रहे हैं जिससे उसको शरीर मिलेगा. ये हुआ पिंड. और भगवान रामचंद्र भी पिंड दान करने के लिए दशरथ के गए थे, तो दशरथ का हाथ निकला था, और हाथ आज भी गया में पड़ा है वो. तब पंडित जी ने कहा, महाराज सबके हाथ नहीं निकलेंगे, आपको पिंड तो कुछ के घास पे ही रखना पड़ेगा. सो इसको कहते हैं पिंड देना. महाप्रभु भी अपने पिताजी के पिंड दान के लिए गया में गए थे, विष्णु के वहां. और दूसरा होता है श्राद्ध, जो 15 दिन में होता है. जनरली कार्तिक से पहले 15 दिन आते हैं, श्रावण के बाद. तब भोग लगाकर ब्राह्मणों को खिलाया जाता है, और अपने पितरों को छत के ऊपर कौवस 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 कव्य 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 कोई वंश है उसको दिया जाता है. तो ये श्राद्ध सेरेमनी भी अद्वैत आचार्य ने की थी, और अपने घर में ब्राह्मणों की जगह पे हरिदास ठाकुर को बुला के खिलाया था. तो ये अब हमको करनी चाहिए कि नहीं करनी चाहिए, ये परपट लिखला है कि ISKCON के भक्तों को कृष्ण कॉन्शियस में करने की जरूरत नहीं है. लेकिन फिर एग्जाम्पल है डिवोटी लाइक प्रहलाद पर, और फिर प्रहलाद के लिए रेफरेंस है, he has to perform just to set example for others. तो प्रैक्टिकली स्पीकिंग जो हमारा अपना एडवाइस है वो ये है कि हमारे को अपने फोर फादर्स के लिए वैष्णव तरीके से भोजन बनाकर भगवान को भोग अर्पण करके, घर में भक्त ब्राह्मणों को बुलाकर भोजन करा के अपने पितरों की तृप्ति के लिए कीर्तन करना चाहिए. ये हमारा सजेशन है. और जो नहीं मानते हैं, हमें कहते हैं कि नहीं हम बस अब भक्त बन गए, हमको ज़रूरत नहीं है, उनसे हम पूछते हैं कि तुम बीमार होते हो तो अस्पताल जाते हो, दवाई लेते हो? तो यस, तो क्यों जाते हो? भक्त हो ना. हरे कृष्ण जपो, ठीक हो जाओगे. भगवान का नाम दवाई है, तब तो दवाई लेने जाते हो. अगर दवाई लेने जा सकते हो तो फिर ये काम भी करना छोड़ना ठीक नहीं है. ब्राह्मण को बुलाना चाहिए और ये पूजा करनी चाहिए. माधवेंद्र पुरी के स्तर का महात्मा कह सकता है, संध्या वंदन तुम्हारे को नमस्कार है, पितृ देवता आपको नमस्कार है, बस मैंने मुकुंद का शरण ले लिया, अब मैं आपकी सेवा नहीं कर सकता. तो ये ऋण उनके खत्म हो जाते हैं. दी डेट्स फॉर दी renowned order people, the people, it is for them they are exempted. पर हम जो अभी साधक स्टेज में हैं, उनको वैष्णव वे में ये करना उचित है. ये हमारा राय है. आपका कुछ डिस्कशन इस पे करना चाहते हैं? वर्स नंबर 44.
सॉरी ब्रदर.
यस यस.
थैंक यू जी. आपने अच्छा बताया कि हम सबके लिए बहुत आवश्यक है करना. तो प्रभु जी इसमें दो प्रश्न हैं. जैसे आपने बताया कि वैष्णव तरीके से करना चाहिए, घर में भोजन बना के भगवान को भोग लगा के ब्राह्मणों या वैष्णवों को निमंत्रण करना चाहिए. प्रभु जी साथ के साथ कई बार प्रैक्टिकल रूप से देखा जाता है कि हम लोग घर पे ना बुला के, उदाहरण के लिए मंदिर में ही बना और दान दे दिया, स्पॉन्सर कर दिया और भक्तों को सर्व कर दिया. वो ठीक है. इट्स सेम थिंग. गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज ने अपनी माता जी के शरीर छोड़ने के ऊपर, मेरे ख्याल में बेंगलोर में छोड़ा था, मैं तब वृंदावन
मंदिर का मैनेजर था, मुझे कहा कि हमारी तरफ से भक्तों को फीस देना हमारी माता जी के निमित्त में। तो सन्यासी होके भी महाराज ने, मुझे याद है ये काम, हमारा हमको फ़ोन करके कहा भी था और हमने वो डिवोटी का प्रसाद बनाया भी था।
जी जी भाई,
और
थैंक यू भाई।
हाँ, नहीं तो मेरा कहने का है कि ये करना चाहिए, उसको वैष्णव वे में करना चाहिए। ये उदाहरण समाज के अंदर जो है उनको डिसरिगार्ड नहीं करना चाहिए। ठीक है, वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड में ये पॉसिबल है, वो नहीं भी करेंगे तो चलेगा, लेकिन हमारा जो सिस्टम है इसको डिस्टर्ब नहीं करना चाहिए।
जी। और भाई मेरा दूसरा इसमें प्रश्न ये था कि जो जिस तरह फुली जैसे ब्रह्मचारी है मंदिर में और मान लीजिए आर्थिक व्यवस्था भी
नहीं,
है,
उसके
तो फिर वो
ब्रह्मचारी एंड सन्यासी आर एग्जम्प्टेड। ब्रह्मचारी एंड सन्यासी आर एग्जम्प्टेड।
थैंक यू।
हाँ, जो महाप्रभु भी गृहस्थ था इसलिए गया था, सन्यास लेने के बाद कुछ नहीं किया। अद्वैताचार्य गृहस्थ था इसलिए किया था। सन्यासी एंड ब्रह्मचारी आर एग्जम्प्टेड। Then Lord Brahma, by his ability to be hidden from the vision, created Siddhas and Vidyadharas and gave them the wonderful form of his known as Antardhan. Antardhan means disappear, to remain hidden. Brahma produced Siddha and Vidyadhara by his disappearance. He gave them his dead body. Antardhan means that these living entities can be perceived to be present, but they cannot be seen by vision. One time Brahma disappeared, from that Siddha and Vidyadhara appeared. Verse number 45. 45 and 6, creation of Kinnara and Kim Purusha. One day Brahma, the creator of the living entities, beheld his own reflection in water, and admiring himself, he evolved Kim Purusha as well as Kinnara out of that reflection. Looking at his reflection in the mirror, यहाँ mirror लिखा है, प्रभुपाद ने water लिखा है, स किन्नरान किम पुरुषाम प्रत्य आत्मय नासृज्य प्रभु मान्यन आत्म आत्मानाम आत्म आभासम विलोक्यम, आत्म आभासम विलोक्यम, आभासम हिज रिफ्लेक्शन। कहाँ है ये नहीं बता नहीं रहे यहाँ, तो प्रभुपाद ने लिखा है रिफ्लेक्शन इन वाटर, इन द वाटर, और चक्रवर्ती पाद लिखते हैं रिफ्लेक्शन इन मिरर। Thinking it beautiful, he created Kinnara's Kim Purusha from his reflection. Anyway, reflection can be in water and can be in the mirror. His reflection appeared. From that Kinnara and Kim Purusha appeared. Pratya Atmeyena means reflection. Pratya Atmeyen. He thought, I am beautiful. Atma Atmanam Manyam. Atmana Bhasham means a mirror. आत्म भाषम मीन्स ए मिरर, आत्म भाषम जिसमें अपना चेहरा दिखा दे। वर्स 46, ते तो तज्जुग्रहो रूपम त्यक्तम तद परमेष्ठिना मिथुने भूय गायं तद तम एव उषस्सी कर्म भी। राधे, the Kim Purushas and Kinnaras took possession of that shadowy form left by Brahma. That is why they and their spouses sing his praises by recounting his exploit at every day break. तो शाम के समय ये उनका गुणगान करते हैं. They accepted that body of reflection cast off by Brahma. In couples, they praise Brahma in his action in the dawn, early morning. The time early in the morning, 1.5 hours before sunrise, is called Brahma Muhurta. During the Brahma Muhurta, spiritual activities are recommended. Spiritual activities performed early in the morning have a greater effect than in any other parts of the day. Reflection displayed man and woman together. They accepted that reflection. Now, verse number 47 and 8, creation of snakes. Dehina vai bhogavata shayano bahu chintaya sarge anupachitte krodhat utsasarjaha tadavapuhu. Once Brahma lay down with his body stretched at a full length. He was very concerned that the work of creation had not proceeded apace, and in a sullen mood he gave up that body too. Seeing that the creation was not satisfactory, Brahma lay down with limbs spread out and is worried in a worried state. Then when anger appeared, he rejected that body. By his mind he rejected the body while lying down. That body becomes snakes. Bhogavata means spreading out his feet and other limbs. He was worried that the creation was not satisfactory. He thought, how can I make the creation successful? While thinking thus, he lost his power of discrimination. Then great anger appeared. After that, he gave up that body. Verse 48. Ye ahiyanat, ye ahiyanta mutah kesha, ahiyaste anga jangnare, sarpaha prasarpattah kururaha nagaha bhoga urukandraha. Oh dear Vidura, Ananga, Vidura, the hair that dropped from the body transformed into snakes, and even while the body crawled along with its hands and feet contracted, there sprang from it ferocious serpents and nagas with their hoods expanded. The hair which fell from that rejected body became ahi, sarpa, and naga with hoods which are all cruel. From that body, Amutta, the hair which fell, ahi, become ahi or snake. From that body, the hands and feet that fell off become sarpa, those which move on restricted feet. Since they have hoods and no hair, others are called naga. They have wide shoulders because of their hoods. Because they have anger, they are cruel, and they are different type of snakes. Verse 49 and 50, creation of Manu and others. Satmanam manyamanaha kartak krityam ivatmabhihi tada manum sasrajante manasa loka bhavanan. One day Brahma, the self-born, the first living creature, felt as if the object of his life had been accomplished. At that time he evolved from his mind Manu, who promote the welfare activities of the universe. Thinking himself successful, finally Brahma created by his mind Manu and others for increasing the population. Manu and others are the 7 sages, 4 Kumaras and all that. Chakravartipad writes, when Brahma desired to create a couple, he became blissful. Thinking that his creation was complete, the Manu appeared and took the form of human for completing the creation. This is explained in 2 verses. Though Manus are mentioned here, at this time only Swayambhu Manu become visible. Others become visible at appropriate time. The creation of Manu took place last, Ante. Therefore, the creation of the sages, which will be described after this, actually took place before the creation of Manu. In the 10th, 12th and 20th chapter, Sometimes the events are in proper sequence and sometimes some elements are omitted or put in a different order. The proper sequence of creation is as follows. First, creation of animals with 5 joints. Then the creation of trees and plants. Then the creation of snakes. Then the creation of cows and buffaloes. Then the creation of yaksha, rakshasas, asuras, kinnaras, kimpurushas. Then the creation of kumaras. And then the creation of human. Finally, the Manu were created. All the form previously created increased through the form of male and female. So this purport is good for the sequence, how the creation took place, based on the 3 chapters, 10th, 12th and 20th. So this is good for remembering the sequence of creation. Verse 50. Tebhyo swasrajya swayam puram purusham atmavan tam drishtva ye pura srishtaha prashansuhu prajaha patin. The self-possessed creator gave them his own human form. It means Brahma has a human form. On seeing the Manus, those who had been created earlier, the demigods, the Gandharvas and so on, applauded Brahma, the Lord of the universes. Brahma gave the Manu his own human form. Those who were created previously glanced at Manu and began to praise Brahma. Brahma gave up that body, Puram, in the form of human, and Manu accepted this. So verse 51. Aho etad jagat srishtaha sukritim bhatte kritam pratishtitah kriya yasmin sakam anam adamahe. They prayed, O Creator of the universe, we are glad. What you have produced is well done. Since ritualistic acts have now been established soundly in the human form, we shall all share this sacrificial oblation. It means human will perform yajna and we will get the share of the yajna. This is the demigod's pleasure. Srila Prabhupada's purport. The importance of sacrifice is also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, verse 10. The Lord confirmed that in the beginning of creation, Brahma created Manus, along with the ritualistic sacrifice method, and blessed them. Continue these sacrificial rites and you will be gradually elevated to your proper position of self-realization and will also enjoy material happiness, ishtakama dukkha. All these living entities created by Brahma are conditioned soul and are inclined to lord it over the material nature. The purpose of sacrificial ritual is to revive gradually the spiritual realization of the living entities. That is the beginning of life within this universe. The sacrificial rituals, however, are intended to please the Supreme Lord. Unless one pleases the Supreme Lord, or unless one is Krishna conscious, one cannot be happy either in material enjoyment or in spiritual realization. O Creator of the universe, creation of Manu by you is well done. In creating Manu, actions such as sacrifice will be established. Since the Manu will protect everything, we shall eat the offering of food together. Now the last section, verse number 52 and 50, creation of sages. Actually they are earlier than Manu. Tapassa vidyaha yukto yogena susamadhina rishina rishi keshaha sasrajja abhimataha praja. Tapassa, austerity, vidya, knowledge, yukta, endowed with, yogena susamadhina, and a susamadhi, nice meditation. Rishina rishi keshaha. So having equipped himself with the austerity, penance, adoration, mental concentration and absorption devotion, accompanied by dissipation and having controlled his senses. Rishikesha. Brahma, the self-born living entity, evolved great sages as his beloved sons. Praja means sons. Endowed with austerity, worship, Ashtanga Yoga, Gyaan and Vairag, controlling the senses, Brahma created sages as deer offsprings. The ritualistic performance of his sacrifice are meant for material economic development. In other words, they are meant to keep the body in good condition for cultivation of spiritual knowledge. But for actual attainment of spiritual knowledge, other qualifications are needed. And what is essential is vidya, or worship of the Supreme Lord. Sometimes the word yoga is used to refer to gymnastic performance of different bodily postures which help mental concentration. Generally, the different bodily posture and yoga system are accepted by less intelligent men to be the end of yoga, but actually they are meant to concentrate the mind upon the super soul. After creating person for economical development, Brahma created sages who would set example for spiritual realization. So Manu or men are for economical development through ritualistic ceremonies, and sages are for spiritual training. This describes Brahma's creation of sages when he was engaged in worship. Vidya means by worship. Yogena means by Ashtanga Yoga. So Samadhina means by Gyaan and Vairagya. Controlling the senses, he created the sages such as Kumara. Verse 53. Tebhya chaikakshah swasya dehasyan adad ajaha yatat samadhi yogaradhi tapo vidyaha vraktimat. To each one of these sons, the unborn creator of the universe gave a part of his own body, which was characterized by deep meditation, mental concentration, supernatural power, austerity, adoration, and renunciation. Vraktimat. Brahma gave separate portion of his body, endowed with knowledge, yoga, siddhis, austerity, worship, and detachment to each of the various sages. The word Vraktimat in this verse means possessed of the qualification of renunciation. The spiritual realization cannot be attained by a materialistic person. For those who are addicted to sense enjoyment, spiritual realization is not possible. In Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that those who are too attached to seeking material possession and material enjoyment cannot reach Yoga Samadhi, absorbing Krishna consciousness. Oh, which verse in Bhagavad Gita? In Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that those who are too attached, anybody can quote the verse? There is a hint in this purport about that verse, Yoga Samadhi. It means that verse must have Samadhi. I think you know this. Bhogeshwarya prasaktanam taya pratsetsam samadhav na vidyate, something like that. Bhogeshwara prasaktanam taya pratsetsam vivasaya atmayaka buddhi samadhav na vidyate. Is it right? Hare Krishna?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes, Prabhuji.
So this verse is Samadha, the second chapter, verse number Bhogeshwar
44.
44.
44, Prabhuji.
So it in this purport in the Pakarna you write, this is the verse in Bhagavad Gita. Bhogeshwara prasaktanam taya pratsetsam vivasaya atmaka samadhavana vidyate, right?
Right, Prabhuji.
Okay. Propaganda that one can enjoy this life materially and at the same time spiritually advance is simply a bogus. The principle of renunciation are four. What are the four principles of renunciation? To avoid illicit sex life, to avoid meat eating, to avoid intoxication, to avoid gambling. This is renunciation. These four principles are called tapasya or austerity. To absorb the mind in the supreme, in Krishna consciousness process of spiritual realization. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purport of 3rd canto. Chakravarti Pad writes, this verse describes that what portion of his body, means Brahma's body, he gave to the different sages. Those portions of his body which had knowledge, samadhi, yoga, siddhi, riddhi, austerity, worship and detachment, he gave to the various sages. After this, Shiva appeared and Marichi and others according to the description in the 12th chapter. So we have completed our quota. Hare Krishna. So now we are going to the basically other section where there is a conversation between the Kardam Rishi and the Swayambhu Manu, and then there is a Manu Putri. Now there is a descendant of the daughter of Manu. That will be the section now. Next. Descendant of Manu, and in this chapter Devhuti and her 9 daughters and 1 son. So now the second part is start. First section of this canto is over. Hare Krishna. Any question or comment?
Thank you, Vivek, for enlightening us. I don't know if devotees, if you have some questions, we can ask, please. किसी बात का कोई प्रश्न तो please आप पूछ सकते हैं.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, a small question.
Yes.
Prabhuji, it's like this, the Vaishnavas or the devotees who are practicing devotees, they do Shraddha by offering to the Lord first and then to the Vaishnava Brahmanas. What about the other people, the non-devotees, they offer to the Karamkandi Brahmanas and all, after doing the rituals and all? Will that be acceptable? Like, is it a rights right Shraddha procedure?
Yes, there is also gradual process, but because Krishna says, I eat through the mouth of Brahman, so they call the Brahmans, the Brahman eat and the Lord accept from the mouth of Brahman, but and then that Brahman must also preach the message of the Vedas, then Krishna eat from that mouth. So after all, these Brahmans, the Karamkandi Brahmans are also needed in our on Krishna consciousness. We have some Brahmans, they are doing Vaishnava Karamkand, but there is a need of Karamkandi Brahman also in the society. Without that, how can our 16 sanskara will be performed? Who will perform the 16 sanskara? Either you are Vaishnava Brahman or not Vaishnava Brahman, but something has to be done. The Karamkandis Brahmans are also needed for the gradual upliftment of the society with some sort of at least renunciation, because they give up something. They sacrifice some portion of their earning for charity, so they will advance gradually, but in a Vaishnava ways, if they do, then it will become devotional act. Otherwise, it will become Karamkandi ritualist act. The result will be different. The one will be very slow process, there is a very fast process. But they will get benefit, there is no doubt about that.
They will be benefited, right? Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
हाँ प्रभुजी, प्रणाम प्रभुजी. प्रभुजी, जैसे माता पिता की मृत्यु के बाद पुत्र श्राद्ध करते हैं, तो जैसे अगर हमारे पुत्रियां हैं तो फिर इस स्थिति में क्या करते हैं? मतलब पुत्रियां कर सकती हैं क्या?
जनरली पुत्रियों के बेटे कर सकते हैं. पुत्रियों के पुत्र करेंगे तो वो पॉसिबल है. समटाइम मनु ने अपनी बेटी का बेटा गोद में लिया था. ऐसे जनरली कर सकती है कोई. आई मीन दिस इज अ साइड ऑफ चैरिटी. सो कोई भी कर सकता है उनके पेरेंट्स के नाम में. इफ दे कैन डू, देयर इज नो हार्म. मुझे अभी कोई ऐसा एग्जाम्पल याद नहीं आ रहा है, लेकिन
भौवारी तो કરી શકે દી હોય જેવું તો કરી દો ને. ગયા में ગયા था श्रवण वो राम गयो तो सामान ले वो કરી શકે वो
भौवारी कर सके. दिक्करे नहीं.
हां
दिक्करे नहीं भौवारी कर सके. दिक्करी कौन कर लेगा?
आप
उसका गोत्र अलग हो जाता है, जिससे शादी होती है उसका गोत्र हो जाता है। दूसरा, सेम गोत्र का चाचे का लड़का ये वो उसको पैसा दे दे, चाहे खर्चा वो लड़की दे दे, लेकिन कराए अपने गोत्र वाले से पूजा, तो आई मीन दिस इज रिचुअलिस्टिक, बट स्पिरिचुअली बेनिफिट तो लड़की भी कर सकती है, लेकिन रिचुअल में लड़के को बैठना चाहिए जो सेम गोत्र का हो।
प्रभु जी एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन था मेरा।
हाँ जी बोलिए।
मैं कह रहा था कि जैसे हम लोगों ने दीक्षा ले ली है,
हाँ हाँ,
तो हमारा गोत्र बदल गया है। हमारे पिताजी ने दीक्षा नहीं ली।
आपका पहला गोत्र कौन था आपको वो भी पता नहीं था? हाँ
जी जी।
हाँ, पहला गोत्र कौन था ये पता ही नहीं था, हम अच्युत गोत्र हो गए हैं, ये तो कहते हैं, ठीक है। अब उस स्टेज पे है कि नहीं है मैं नहीं समझता हूँ। बोलिए क्या कहना चाहते हैं? हाँ। क्या कहना चाहते हैं? हमारा गोत्र बदल गया है
फिर मेरे पिताजी का गोत्र तो दूसरा है।
हाँ,
तो हम उनकी,
आप अपने पासपोर्ट में अपने पिता के नाम की जगह गुरु का नाम लिखवा दो।
जी पिताजी का नाम लिखते हैं।
नहीं तो फिर आपका गोत्र नहीं बदला। देखो प्रभुपाद ने अपने पासपोर्ट पे किसका नाम लिखा है? पिता का। एक ऐसा डिसाइपल था, प्रभुपाद ने उसको कहा तुम मेरा नाम लिख तुम्हारे फादर की जगह पे। मैं ऐसे जानता हूं जो जिनको अपने गुरु का आश्रम इनहेरिट करना होता है उनको अपने पिता की जगह पे गुरु का नाम लिखना पड़ता है, तब वास्तव में गुरु का गोत्र हमारा गोत्र होता है। अगर हमारा पिता का नाम हम ऑफिशियली लिखते हैं जो पिता का है तो हमारा गोत्र पिता वाला होगा। कुछ तो आधा अर्धकुकड़ी वाला न्याय मत करो ना, पूरा न्याय करो कि आप फादर के नाम पे गुरु जी का नाम लिख लो, फिर समस्या समाप्त हो गई। हम वैसे बेसिकली कुछ लोग ऐसे लिखते हैं, दे गो टू दैट एक्सटेंट, देन दे आर एक्चुअली इन दैट लाइन। एक छोटा बड़ा हरिदास था प्रभुपाद जी का शिष्य, उसको प्रभुपाद ने कहा पासपोर्ट बनाओ, उसने बोला वहाँ फादर का नाम पूछते हैं मुझे पता ही नहीं है, बोला मेरा नाम लिख दो, तो उसने लिख दिया था। और मैं जानता हूँ जो शिष्य इनहेरिट करते हैं गद्दी अपने गुरु की, उनको अपना नाम गुरु के नाम के साथ पिता का नाम लिखना पड़ेगा, तभी वो इनहेरिट कर सकेगा। ISKCON के अंदर ऐसा नहीं है सब प्रॉपर्टी। जी हरे कृष्ण।
तो ये एक और प्रश्न।
हाँ जी।
तो ये जो कर्मा है ये तो बहुत ही एक्सट्रीमली कंपाउंडिंग है, क्योंकि पहली बात तो ये है कि अपने एक्शंस का रिएक्शन है। अब दूसरा ये है कि चलो वो तो करके चले गए, अब अगर सब कुछ ठीक भी किया तो भी श्राद्ध कोई नहीं करे, ठीक तरीके से नहीं करे, या फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे माता ने प्रश्न पूछा कि पुत्री है और पुत्री का पुत्र, मतलब पुत्री का भी पुत्र नहीं हुआ, उसका भी पुत्री हो गई आगे, तो फिर तो ये तो मतलब एक के साथ पूरी चेन, तो ये मतलब कर्म इतना कंपाउंडिंग है कि कैसे निकलेगा कैसे बाहर।
इसलिए जनरली कर्म की साइकिल को तोड़ना बहुत आसान नहीं है, इसको ब्रेक करना सिर्फ प्योर डिवोशन से इट्स पॉसिबल। अगर ऐसी स्थिति है तो हमारे को प्योर डिवोटी बनना चाहिए। जैसे भीष्म पितामह का कोई संतान नहीं था, तो भीष्म ने कहा मेरा कौन करेगा तर्पण, भगवान ने कहा कोई भी तर्पण करेगा आपका नाम लेके करना पड़ेगा। आज कोई भी कर्म कांड की पूजा करेगा तो भीष्म को पहले ही देना पड़ेगा। तो यहाँ तो इतना बड़ा भक्त बन जाए जैसे प्रभुपाद की तरह, हर जगह उसकी गुरु पूजा होती है, और हर व्यक्ति प्रभुपाद का डिसअपियरेंस डे का फेस्टिवल करता है, तो उनकी पूजा सभी करते आ रहे हैं अपने आप पे। अब अपने नहीं करें तो हम सब कर रहे हैं प्रभुपाद का। ऐसे जिनको ऐसी स्थिति है उनकी डिवोशन इतनी स्ट्रांग होनी चाहिए कि उनको कुछ करने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़े।
वो तो है नहीं ना, मतलब डायरेक्टली हो नहीं जाएगा, बिग प्रोसेस है, उस लेवल तक पहुंच नहीं पाए और साथ में ये भी है कि अब जिस आपने बताया आगे संतान भी नहीं है तो फिर तो बिल्कुल गए हम भूत बन के घूमना पड़ेगा।
कोई ना कोई तो वंश में आ ही जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं आएगा। उसका देखो चाचे का लड़का है, डिस्टेंट रिलेटिव है, उसके द्वारा भी कराया जा सकता है। एक लास्ट पिंड कराना है तो मान लीजिए बेटी नहीं कर सकती है, लेकिन उसका कोई एक आधा है, नहीं है तो फिर उसका कर्म ऐसा है, उसको ऐसे ही कहेंगे कि बिकॉज ऑफ कर्म दिस होल। प्रभुपाद किसी ने पूछा कि एस्किमो लोग रहते ही उधर है, उनको तो मांस ही खाना पड़ेगा और क्या खाएंगे, उधर सब्जी होती नहीं। प्रभुपाद दैट इज देयर कर्म, व्हाट कैन वी डू। अगर ऐसी किसी की स्थिति है, या तो वो साधु है बिल्कुल दुनिया से, उसका लास्ट बर्थ है, उसको कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है, वो रेयर होता है। और या तो ऐसा है जिसके कर्म ऐसे हैं, उसको कुछ समय और अभी इस दुनिया में उसके पेरेंट्स को रहने की जो है एक प्रकार का कर्म है, उसको वो भोगना पड़ेगा। दो ही इसके ऑप्शन है, या तो डिलीवर्ड हो गए सारे, क्योंकि भक्त इतना बड़ा है कि उसकी 7 पीढ़ियां माँ की और पिता की दोनों मुक्त हो गई, कम से कम उनको जो है अच्छा चांस मिला दोबारा। और या तो अभी उनका भाग ऐसा नहीं है, कुछ समय उनको इस स्थिति में रहना पड़ेगा जब तक कोई और उनके वंश में पैदा हो।
जी भाई, ठीक है भाई, थैंक यू।
अभी मेरा एक क्वेश्चन और था।
हाँ, इसलिए कुछ लोग सिर्फ ब्राह्मण से करा देते हैं, खुद नहीं हो तो ब्राह्मण से ही करा देते हैं उनके जो इस तरीके से। कुछ तो अल्टरनेटिव रिचुअल्स हमेशा होते हैं, किसी पूछने से उनका कोई ना कोई रास्ता निकल आएगा। आपका क्या प्रश्न है बेटा?
तो जी जैसे हम लोग जैसे कहते हैं कि जैसे आपने गोत्र का बताया कि हमें सेम गोत्र में मैरिज नहीं करनी चाहिए, तो जैसे अगर हम सेम जो गुरु महाराज हैं ना, हम उनके डिसाइपल्स होते हैं, तो जैसे अभी प्रभु जी ने बोला कि गोत्र सेम हो जाता है, तो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन तो ये कि क्या हम सबके लिए ये इंस्ट्रक्शन है कि हमें अपने फादर के नेम की जगह हमें गुरु महाराज का नाम है ना वहाँ पे लिखना चाहिए, राइट? एक तो क्या ऑप्शनल, पर जैसे आपने बताया कि हमें गुरु का आश्रय लेना है तो हमें अपने फादर के नेम की जगह गुरु महाराज का नाम लिखना चाहिए। तो क्या ये एक आइडियल सिचुएशन है कि हमें ऐसा करना चाहिए?
मैं इसको आपका जवाब इसी से पढ़ाया इससे दे रहा हूँ। एक ही ब्रह्मा का बेटा है मनु और शत्रुपा, दोनों ने शादी की है और बच्चे पैदा किए हैं। एक गुरु का शिष्य और लड़की, शिष्य और लड़का, वो तो दोनों की शादी होके परंपरा चलाई जा सकती है। ब्रह्मा जी से एक ही ब्रह्मा जी के पुत्र और पुत्री हुए, और एक बेटा हुआ, एक बेटी हुई, ऐसा कहना चाहिए। और उनका तो शत्रुपा और मनु से ही तो संतान उत्पन्न हुए। तो एक गुरु के बेटा बेटी होने से, और लड़का और लड़की अगर है दोनों, तो विवाह कर सकते हैं। ये तो प्रभुपाद ने अपने शिष्यों के कराए हैं, तो ये कोई ऑब्जेक्शन की बात नहीं है। मैं वो एक स्पेशली जो हमारे पास तो वो है नहीं, जो परंपरा में जो गद्दियों के ऊपर बैठते हैं, मैं जानता हूँ कई महात्माओं को, उनको वो नाम नहीं जब तक डालेंगे तब तक उनको वो इनहेरिटेंस में प्रॉपर्टीज जो हैं या जो अधिकार नहीं मिलते हैं, इसलिए उनको ये सारा फार्मूली पूरे सब कागजों में चेंज कराना पड़ता है।
ठीक है भाई, थैंक यू।
हरे कृष्णा। सो आपने क्वेश्चन बैंक के क्वेश्चन सब कर लिए, इससे नो प्रॉब्लम, इट्स ओके। ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच। कृष्ण ब्लेस यू। जब आएंगे वापस तब आपसे मिलेंगे। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। हमारे लिए प्रार्थना करती रहे। अभी तक तो हमारे को